Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be doing a fun eye look. I kind of have an idea in mind. We'll see how that works out. I'm going to try to keep it pretty simple, not using a bunch of colors or like a bunch of different palettes, but I have the idea I want to do does involve two palettes, which are like the two I feel like I'm always using on my channel, which is the ColourPop Kathleen Lights Dream Street and the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, which is a mess because I use it so much. But I kind of have this idea to do like a red tealy color. I don't know if it'll turn out. We'll see. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to prime my eyelids. I was going to just point and like do it at this part, but I'm using my phone right now because I don't know. I've gone back to my phone recently, so I have a baby hair. And the app I use on my phone to edit, I can't figure out how to insert music clips over like the fast forwarded parts, and I don't want to bore you guys. So I guess I'm talking through this. I have you guys a lot closer than normal, so that's kind of weird for me, but hopefully it's okay with you. So let's go. I'm priming with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And I'm actually not going to set it. I've seen a few people, and I can't think off the top of my head who... I know I've seen a few people mention that they don't set their eye primers or whatever, their base, because it's supposed to help the colors like pop more or something. I don't know, so we're trying it. But the first thing I want to do, I am gonna go with the transition shade, even though you're not gonna see it in the end result. But it's just to lay something down. And then I'm gonna use the shade Shooting Star, which is the shade from the ColourPop palette. And I'm of course using my Alamar Cosmetics brush. I need to buy like a second one because I'm afraid this one's gonna start to shed or something, which it hasn't. Like I've had it for a while and it's done fantastic, but I'm just gonna throw that in my crease as a transition shade. It feels so weird having you guys closer, but hopefully you can see stuff a little better. Let me know if you like this angle better, if you like the close-up better, or if you don't like seeing my face this close up. Let me know. And I'm just putting that in the crease and then slightly above with whatever might be left on the brush. And I'm gonna go do that on the other eye. You get to see like what my eyebrows look like up close and personal. The natural bullshit that is, that is my eyebrows. So now you know what I have to work with. I think this is the closest I've filmed. It's weird. All right, now that I have that base down, okay, I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics number 7 brush. This is from all my BH Cosmetics brushes I have that are green like this are from the Aurora Lights collection. I got that like a year ago and I've really been loving them. What I'm gonna do is take the shade Spark, which is the red shade from the ColourPop Dream Street Kathleen Lights whatever palette. Sorry, my hair's bugging me. And then what I'm gonna do is pack this in the crease. This is not something I normally do with such a bright color, but like I said, I have an idea of a look. We'll see if that pans out. I have a friend, Brittany, who I don't think she's started a channel yet, but she has an Instagram. I'm gonna link her Instagram down below. She's so good with like the creative artsy looks, but she paints and stuff too, and she's so talented. And I'm not. Like, I love makeup, I'm okay with eye looks, but I can't do anything fancy. So when I try to do even looks that are remotely creative like this, I get really nervous, so we'll see. I'm going to just initially lay that color down super sloppily. Is sloppily a word? In my crease and above it. I'm just gonna end up a little on the lid, but just packing that color there. Like I said, I have an idea of what I want to do, but we'll see how it turns out. Now when you like, sorry, that's so attractive. When you do blend out this shade, it's not as red. It kind of, like the color kind of fades a little. So I'm gonna go back in and see if I can like build that back up. My phone cut me off because of storage, and I hope I'm at the same angle I was before. But as you can see, I just blended that shade Spark kind of where I want it right now. I'll go back and add more pigmentation, but I'm gonna go ahead and go onto the other eye. Now I had to like go into my settings and do something with my photos because I have like 8 million. And I'm just gonna pack that shade Spark into the crease here as well. And like I said, I'm not being precise with it. At the moment, I just wanna lay the color down. I kind of thought of this look in bed one night. I don't know why, I just did. I don't know if it'll turn out the way I envisioned it, but we'll see. And hopefully this side can match the other, because I don't know if it's like with anyone else, but when it comes to my eyeshadow and like my brows, I cannot get my left side to look nearly as good as my right. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like I'm right-handed and I don't know. My right hand takes the left side of my body, I feel like. Obviously, I'm taking this color up pretty far, but I have a lot of lid space to work with, so I don't usually utilize it. Those are fairly even, like it's probably as even as I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna try building that color up again and seeing if I can get the pigmentation and like the red that I want. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to cut crease on camera. I don't know that I've done that before. I've done a cut crease before, but I don't think I've done one on camera, so wish me luck. Makeup wipe and clean that up. I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. They're even now. It is what it is. I did go back in with the shade Spark and kind of brightened that red back up a little bit. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, I think this, like I said, with my Jaclyn Hill palette, I don't have the shade names anymore, but I think this teal right here is Pool Party. I'll look it up after I film and correct myself if I'm wrong. I'm going to pack that underneath the red. This is the number 6 brush. And I'm gonna take that shade. It's a really pretty teal. gonna go back in with that red and try to blend those two together a little bit. Now, this is making me think of Samantha Ravindell's video on color theory, because I don't know why I'm trying to blend these two colors together, because it's probably going to end up looking muddy or purple. But we're already here. We're going to go in for a halo eye too. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll look okay, but fuck it. And I'm gonna take that teal shade next to Pool Party, which is like the foiled one, which is super fucking pretty. I don't remember the shade name of that. And I'm going to that's really pretty. Like the shade, I don't think the look's very pretty, but that shade is fucking stunning. I actually don't hate this look right now. Like, it's not the greatest, but for me, it's not bad. All right, I'm gonna go back into the shade I believe is Pool Party, the blue one, and go back onto the inner and outer corner. Let me find a smaller brush than the one I was using before. This is just a brush that came with one of my Profusion palettes. It's double-ended. I'm gonna use like the flat shader side. Like I said, I'm going to go do my face makeup, and or at least most of it, and then I'm going to come back and we will finish up the lower lash line. Okay, so I am back. You know my brows, like my left brow is a completely different shape than my right brow, so I'm trying to match them. Whatever. Now, as you can see, this foundation's too dark, because if you watched my favorites video, if you haven't, I will link that up above. I had mentioned that I had been mixing the Milani 2-in-1 foundation. I don't even know where I put it. Where did I sit it? Like, I literally, there it is. With my L'Oreal Fresh Wear, because this one's too dark and the L'Oreal's too light. But I hadn't used this one on its own. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try it on its own. And if I like the way it looks, even though the shade doesn't match, then I'll purchase one in the right shade. And I really like it. Like, I really like the way my makeup looks right now. Like, even my brows, it is what it is, you know. But like I said, I used that, and I actually used a concealer that I normally don't use, which is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Fair, because with my normal foundation, this is too dark for under my eyes, but with this foundation, it worked out super well and it looked beautiful. And then I used my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. For bronzer, I'm wearing the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade, what shade is this? Glow, which is the shade 04. It looks gorgeous, and I even used my blush brush, because if you watched my favorites video, I mentioned that I don't like that brush for blush. And for blush, I used my favorite duo, which is the Milani Luminosa with the Burt's Bees Bare Peach, and I love it. I haven't done highlight yet, because I want to go ahead and move on to the lower lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and take the shade, I believe it's Pool Party, from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to gently put that along the lower lash line with a small pencil brush. But what I'm going to do next is take a flat definer brush, and I'm going to take the shade Spark. I'm going to press that right up against my waterline. And I'm going to take a fatter pencil brush, and I'm kind of going to blend those two together, because where I did it in my crease and it almost turned into like an indigo shade, not quite, but that teal did get darker and I kind of like the way it looked. I'm gonna smudge these two together on my lower lash line so it kind of has that same effect. All right, before I decide if I want to do anything else to the lower lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brow bone and inner corner highlight. And I am going to be taking the shades Beam and Light from the Jaclyn Hill palette, which are the first two shades of the palette. And I'm going to be using those. So smooth. I also took the shade Brightener, which is like from the palette I'm holding. It's the Cover FX face palette from the Perfector face palette. I got this in my BoxyCharm because that Brightener shade looks so icy and I really like that with the blues in this look. I love a really freaking intense corner or inner corner highlight. I know that's a little much, but I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go on with mascara and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back and I put on mascara, but then I decided that this look needed something else and I don't own falsies. These are actually magnetic lashes. Like, they don't look the best. From far away they look like up close you can tell, but these are from the brand Allure. These are just magnetic. I really need to get actual falsies, so if you have a recommendation for something that's good for beginners, let me know. But let's go ahead and do highlight real quick and wrap this up. But I really like the eye look, the way it turned out. I think it's pretty. What do you guys think? All right, I am gonna take the shade Brightener from this palette and just use that as my highlight today. Something frosty for this look. I'm gonna go ahead and take that down the center of the nose. And just gently on the tip of my nose, as well as the cupid's bow. For lips, I think I want to use what I talked about in my favorites video, which is from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. It is the shade Lucky Star. I think the sticker came off. Can never get my cupid's bow to look right, but this is the finished look. If it wasn't like 11 o'clock at night, I of course would go in with setting spray. What do you guys think for a creative look from me? Because it's not something I normally do. Hopefully it's decent to you guys. Let me know the truth down below. I am open to constructive criticism. Don't just be a dick just to be one. these lashes are not the greatest. Like you can tell they're not the greatest, but this look really needs something dramatic. So I definitely need to invest in some good falsies. So like I said, let me know if you have any recommendations down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this look, let me know. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.